Excerpt from the Massetti Prime Gazette, translated to human units based on your location. Dear readers, a few of your more recent letters have expressed concern about what exactly one should do in the event of actually meeting a human. My editor has told me in no uncertain terms that in the interest of maintaining calm, this is to be the next subject of the public health column. Although I maintain that you would much rather learn about proper maintenance and operation of the YT1300 multi-species anti-spore mask, let your voice be heard. Dear readers, write to my editor. Make her see reason. Palshu LTE, Editor-in-Chief, Massetti Prime Gazette. 15,000 Gamma Street, Yalta, Massetti Prime, Greater Galactic Core. Until she sees reason, I suppose we are once again distracted by the ever-present topic of humans. Those short, durable, reckless people from Earth. However unlikely it may be that you will actually encounter a human. Considering there are less than 50,000 registered humans living in the Greater Galactic Core out of our billions and billions of individuals. The odds are simply not in your favor if you are expecting to randomly bump into one on the street. That said, let's cover some basic human interaction protocols. First, a short disclaimer. Humans hail from wildly diverse cultures, and many of these cultures have different social norms. So the interactions we're covering will only be the most general and wide-sweeping possible. I don't often paint with so wide a brush, but to cover all the various interactions for every culture would simply not be possible without the help of a major governmental grant. And my editor assures me that there is no way the column's budget can get that kind of boost. When greeting a human in a formal setting, such as a business meeting, it is traditional for humans to grasp the right hand of their new acquaintance with their right hand and perform a brief up and down shake of the clasped hands. This is called shaking hands and is a fairly safe gesture, regardless of situation. Humans are much stronger than most citizens, so please be careful when grasping hands with a human, as they may not know their own strength or be distracted. When meeting a human in a position of power, such as a politician or cultural leader, it may be advisable to perform a standing bow to the human instead of attempting to make physical contact. Generally, the lower the bow to a maximum inclination of 90 degrees, which is not possible for most species, the more respect you are showing. Making the effort is probably going to cover for nearly all of the interactions with humans you may have, and they will appreciate the gesture more than the accuracy of the execution. In more casual settings, humans start to show more and more physical contact. And I must stress again that humans are much sturdier than us core species. So caution and verbal explanations may be needed to keep one safe from accidental harm. Fist bumps, the knocking together of the closed hands' knuckles by the participants, are more common among friends than handshakes. Hugs, a full-body embrace via both arms, are an even more affectionate demonstration by humans and are usually reserved for beings that they have a close emotional bond with. These hugs are usually expressions of love, care, or compassion, and are a fairly good indication that you are very well liked by the human. But I must once again encourage caution when physically interacting with humans, or attempting any gesture a human has performed, without prior knowledge of the action's safety. If you start to experience actions from any individual human more than others that does not primarily involve the hands or arms, I suggest you write to a relationship counselor instead of a public health correspondent. But I will say that just because they touch their mouth to you does not mean that they are trying to eat you, and leave it at that. Basically, dear readers, for your own safety, when dealing with humans, I recommend over-communicating and cautious movements. And certainly don't be afraid of hurting them. They may be short, but you could not possibly accidentally harm them. Next week, the public safety column will discuss the steps recommended all individuals take to ensure they have a small supply of food, water, and other supplies to take with them in the event of a mandatory evacuation of cities, planets, or sectors. Stay safe, dear readers. Haltel Falcon, Public Health Correspondent, Massetti Prime Gazette. Author's name and the link to original text is in the description. Consider tapping the thumbs up and pressing the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.